Even after this second order was passed, in spite of the pendency of the petition in the Lahore High Court in the first order, this second order was challenged before the Peshawar High Court. It was more or less within a few days also challenged before the Lahore High Court. The Lahore High Court dismissed the petition.
और petition है?
जी जी दूसरे order के खिलाफ, that is my lord the petition number 287 of 2024
287
of 2024.
नहीं पहले petition दिखाई कहाँ है?
Sir, this is
order
page
दिखाई
615 to page 615 to 630.
ये एक चीज अजय, ये दो केसेस मालूम कीजिए लाहौर हाई कोर्ट में पेंडिंग है या नहीं?
ये करने की verbatim है सर. Peshawar at 616, your lordship will see they claim to be ex-secretary general and candidate PTI Gujranwala.
ये उमर आफ्ताब हैं
Umar Aftab
और बिलाल नासिर.
page 616 and Bilal Nasir.
तो ये तो पीटीआई नहीं है.
No, they are, he's, if your lordship will see, son of Chaudhry Dillu, President PTI Sheikhupura.
वो उन्हीं के ही हैं, वो उसमें लिखा हुआ है.
Is the President PTI Sheikhupura.
This petition का नंबर क्या है?
This petition number, my lord, is
नील लिखा है.
287 of 2024.
इसमें क्या उनकी प्रेयर है?
Identical to 616.
Identical, I will read out to your lordship. That's at page 629. to निकाल लो, दूसरी वाली को. In view of the foregoing, it is respectfully prayed that this court may kindly be pleased to: 1. Instant petition may kindly be accepted, hold and declare that the impugned order of ECP dated 22/12/2023 is without jurisdiction, without lawful authority and illegal, and as a consequence thereof set it aside forthwith. In the meanwhile, suspend the impugned order dated 22/12/2023 forthwith and direct the Election Commission, Pakistan, to forthwith publish the certificate of PTI on website of ECP as required with section 2093 in the interest of justice, and to restore its election symbol forthwith. Declare that election symbol has been illegally and unlawfully been withdrawn, which is inter alia violation of fundamental rights of the petitioners.
अब जो पेशावर वाली petition है वो दिखाइए.
सर उसका पेज नंबर 49 है,
Part 1
में है सर. And if your lordship see, your lordship will find that they are virtually the same.
इसमें ऑर्डर का जिक्र नहीं है 22/12 का. ये 22/12 का ऑर्डर कौन सा है?
The impugned order is of 22/12, my lord.
इसमें तो नहीं है कहीं 22/12.
सर प्रेयर के अंदर नहीं लिखा हुआ, but otherwise the petition impugns the order of
कहाँ लिखा हुआ है?
My lord, your lordship will see the impugned order in the index at page 30. And
नहीं, पेशावर में जो petition है,
जी सर.
अभी प्रेयर क्लॉज में 22/12 का जिक्र कहाँ है? Declare the impugned order. अच्छा, okay.
Prayer mentions the impugned order.
Which
if
page?
your lordship will see the impugned order, that's at page 21.
नहीं, मैं इनको कह रहा हूँ कि petitioner ने describe क्या किया है impugned order.
ये impugned order सर
जी, जी.
पेज 33 पे grievance and impugned order.
If your lordship will see,
ये लिखा हुआ है इसके
the aggrieved by order dated 22/12/2023 passed by respondent number
okay,
1
ठीक है.
as the impugned order.
Paragraph 1 में जिक्र है.
जी, it's the same.
अच्छा, इनका कहना कि क्या है, ये हमने फाइल नहीं की है लाहौर वाली?
Sir, right now that's what your lordships have heard.
नहीं, I don't know. I would ask that question.
In Lahore,
has the Lahore High Court passed an order?
in Lahore High Court, an order was passed, and I have placed that order before your lordship. That is at page 631.
अच्छा, ये क्या है?
This is an order of the learned single judge.
ये क्या किया सिंगल जज ने?
Single judge, sir, held that you have also gone in respect of the same order to Peshawar, so I will not hear the matter. But the determination by the single judge is at page 634.
ये डिस्क्लोज किया था कि WP 81171 और WP 332 पेंडिंग है।
सर 8771 तो लाहौर हाई कोर्ट में पेंडिंग थी ना सर?
ये भी तो लाहौर हाई कोर्ट का जजमेंट।
जी, ये लाहौर हाई कोर्ट में है। इसमें इन्होंने जिक्र,
ये इनको पता था
जी पेशावर, हाँ, इसका जिक्र है डिटर्मिनेशन में।
किस जगह?
द लर्नड सिंगल जज सेज दैट, इफ योर लॉर्डशिप में सी,
नहीं तो उन्होंने कहा हम नहीं फैसला करेंगे।
जी, they said कि we will not deal with it. If your lordship see page 637,
ये तो ऑर्डर स्पीकिंग, ये तो फिर तो ठीक है, ये ऑर्डर विल नॉट कम इन द वे।
this is the second order, but there is an observation by the learned single judge in respect of point number 2 on page 639.
उन्होंने कहा कि वो ऑलरेडी पेंडिंग है पेशावर में।
That, and my lord, they say
639
point number 2. The learned single judge makes the observation, learned law officers also objected to maintainability of the petition by submitting that fundamental right of freedom of association is subject to reasonable restrictions imposed by law, which in the instant case is the Act and the rules framed thereunder, more specifically sections 208 and 215 of the Act, and therefore without challenging the vires thereof and declaration of the same being ultra vires Article 17, the relief cannot be granted. The learned counsels for the petitioners, when confronted whether the petitioners have challenged the vires of section 215(5) of the Act, read with Article 17 of the Constitution, replied that the same has been challenged before the Peshawar High Court. If your lordship may see fifth line from the foot of the page, in view of the aforesaid, the relief claimed by the petitioners cannot be granted without declaring the said provision of the Act ultra vires Article 17 of the Constitution.
I can't find
Sir,
it.
last five lines,
On page 639?
639.
अच्छा, okay.
In view of the aforesaid, the relief claimed by the petitioners cannot be granted without declaring the said provision of the Act, ultra vires Article 17 of the
ये
Constitution.
उन्हें चैलेंज किया ये ऑर्डर?
ये ऑर्डर में ये डीबी में गए सर।
उसका नंबर क्या है ICA का?
They went in division.
एक सेकंड, इस ऑर्डर की डेट क्या है?
Yes, sir, we got that order. Yes.
ये इस ऑर्डर की तारीख क्या है?
Sir, this order is 11th January.
11 जनवरी।
In intra-court appeal number 2282.
नहीं, अब इंट्रा कोर्ट अपील का नंबर बताइए।
जी, इंट्रा-कोर्ट अपील का नंबर है
लर्नड सिंगल जज का क्या ऑर्डर है?
2282.
लर्नड सिंगल जज के ऑर्डर की तारीख बताइए।
Yes, sir.
जो आप पढ़
The
रहे थे
order
अभी।
of the learned single judge is dated 3rd of January 2024.
3rd of January
2024, at page 631, your lordship will see the date.
अब ये गए इंट्रा कोर्ट अपील में।
जी, ये they go in intra-court appeal,
ICA में नंबर ICA का
2282 of 2024.
जी।
That in,
इसमें क्या होल्ड किया?
sir, in
क्या
that,
आपने कॉपी दी खान साहब को? ये विड्रॉ कर ली इन अपील।
जी sir, they withdrew it, and paragraph 3 is the relevant paragraph on page 2. In this view of the matter, the learned counsel for the appellant, when confronted with the prayer qua the illegality or irregularity in the judgment passed by the learned single judge in chambers with respect to section 2155 of the Act, a bid regarding allocation of election symbols, he has nothing in his pocket to rebut the same and opts to withdraw this intra-court appeal, which is hereby dismissed as withdrawn. Consequently, the observations rendered by the learned single judge in chambers are hereby upheld.
Do they own these proceedings or they don't own these proceedings?
My
Or
lord,
you don't know?
this is for the respondents before your lordship to say, but the two petitions in Peshawar and Lahore were verbatim.
ये पूछ लेते हैं खान साहब
जी सर, पूछ लेंगे।
खान साहब, do you own this petition or you don't? 287 and ICA 2282. नहीं हुआ, these people क्या नाम इनका, बिलाल नासिर चीमा and ये कौन लोग हैं? बिलाल नासिर चीमा कौन
These are
है?
not on behalf of the party. Candidates have filed.
नहीं, who's Bilal Nasir Chima? Associated with you, there are two. One is Bilal Nasir Chima and the other is Chaudhry Umar Aftab Dhillu. I hope I've pronounced it correctly. Do you own these petitions or you don't own these petitions?
No, we don't.
And who are these two gentlemen? Do you know them?
We have not.
Who are these two gentlemen?
There may be members of the party, I don't know.
I think
They are
नहीं,
not
इसमें लिखा है
officers of the
एक्स
party.
नहीं इसमें लिखा हुआ है ना प्रेसिडेंट पीटीआई शेखुपुरा एक्स सेक्रेटरी जनरल एंड कैंडिडेट पीटीआई
कैंडिडेट नहीं
देखिए दो बातें होती है ना एक तो कैंडिडेट अपने तौर पे जरूर कर सकता है मुझे वो क्या उसको कहते हैं मेरा नॉमिनेशन पेपर रिजेक्ट हो गया है ठीक है वो तो बात उसकी सही है मगर इसमें जो उन्होंने प्रेयर मांग ली है वो तो पार्टी की बुनियाद पे मांगी है तो आपने कोई स्टेटमेंट उधर दिया कि ये इसको काटें ये प्रेयर इसको इधर से ये प्रेयर हम ये देखिए पीटीआई का जिक्र कर रहे हैं
He had no authority on behalf of the
वो
party
तो
to
आपका
file
इंटरनल
or
मैटर है ना अब हमें क्या पता आपके पास अथॉरिटी है गौर साहब के पास अथॉरिटी है ये तो हम नहीं कर सकते ना तय्युन
मैं यही गुजारिश कर रहा हूँ कि ये हमारी तरफ से यानी पार्टी की ऑथराइजेशन से नहीं हुई ये इंडिविजुअल्स ने की है
नहीं मगर खान साहब
नहीं ये देखें
जैसे
इसका
आपसे
लिखा हुआ है ये
हाँ।
उमर आफ्ताब सॉरी सर उमर आफ्ताब है प्रेसिडेंट पीटीआई शेखुपुरा प्रेसिडेंट पीटीआई शेखुपुरा और ये जो बिलाल नासिर चीमा साहब हैं एक्स सेक्रेटरी जनरल एंड कैंडिडेट पीटीआई
That's
गुजरांवाला
what he's claiming, you see.
नहीं मैं आप हमारी बात सिर्फ समझ लें नोट कर लें
जी जी बताएं
एक चीज है ना पता नहीं हो सकता है हजारों पिटिशन फाइल हो आपको कुछ पता ही नहीं है
जी।
मगर जब ये चीज अगर उस पे आ जाए रेडार पे तो
इसका जवाब
वो उसका आप जवाब हमें दे दीजिएगा
देंगे।
अगर जहां तक उनकी जाती मसले हैं उनको इलेक्शन नहीं लड़ने दिया जा रहा है कोई और इशू है बिल्कुल करें वो तो हर कैंडिडेट अपनी भरेगा आप पार्टी से तो ताल्लुक नहीं है उस लिहाज से मगर अगर वो पार्टी को जो प्रेयर उसने मांग ली ना वो पार्टी की मांग ली प्रेयर उसने और उस पर जज साहब ने फाइंडिंग भी दे दी तो अब वो जजमेंट को हम इवेपरेट तो नहीं करेगा ना हवा में उन्होंने कहा कि जी जब तक आप ये दो शिकें इलेक्शन एक्ट की चैलेंज नहीं कर सकते आप ये बात कर नहीं सकते हो सकता है गलत है हो सकता है सही है मगर एक जज की फाइंडिंग आ गई वो फाइंडिंग दो जजेस ने कंफर्म कर दी तो अब तसादुम तो हो गया ना पेशावर हाई कोर्ट में लाहौर हाई कोर्ट में अब जजमेंट्स गायब तो नहीं होंगे वो लाहौर हाई कोर्ट वाला जजमेंट आपने हमारे सामने चैलेंज किया है
सर हम पार्टी नहीं थे हमने चैलेंज किया सकता
ये जो कहते हैं ये कोई अपनी तरफ से गया ना
उसको चैलेंज करना चाहिए दोनों को साथ
सर उसमें हम पार्टी नहीं है पार्टी द पॉलिटिकल पार्टी इज नॉट देयर
नहीं मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ ना मगर जज साहब ने सही या गलत एक फैसला तो कर दिया है ना
जी हाँ।
वो आपको डायरेक्टली अफेक्ट कर रहा है तो एचएम साया केस में अगर आप पार्टी ना भी हो तो आपको हक तो मिलता है ना तो अब आपको पता चल गया है एक जजमेंट आपके खिलाफ आ गया है और किसने फाइल किया है कोई आपके दुश्मनों ने नहीं किया आपके अपने लोगों ने फाइल किया है वो तो एक अलग बात हो किसी ने शरारत खेली आपके साथ और चलो भाई ये कर दें वो आप ही के लोग हैं आप उनको आपने नजरअंदाज भी नहीं किया कि हमने इनको पार्टी से खारिज कर दिया क्या है आपके कैंडिडेट भी हैं पीटीआई के तो उनको हम ऐसे तो हम और अब हाई कोर्ट के जजमेंट्स को हम क्या करेंगे वो कोई चैलेंज करेगा ना नहीं तो अब जो भी फैसला है उसको जब तक तो कोई चैलेंज तो करे ना फिर हम आगे पीछे उसको कर सकते हैं अगर आप उसको चैलेंज ही ना करें उसको छोड़ दें कि जी हम तो उसमें पार्टी नहीं थे जजमेंट फिर भी रहेगा अपनी जगह पे ना वो तो फॉर ऑल टाइम्स जो कम रह जाएगा अपनी जगह पे अब वो आपको भी शायद अफेक्ट करे दूसरे पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज को भी अफेक्ट करे कल को कोई और पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज आ सकती है कि भाई ये जजमेंट गलत है तो वो तो कह सकते हैं कि हम तो इस पार्टी में नहीं थे हमें सुना नहीं मगर आपका तो पे नहीं कह आपके कहना जरा मुश्किल हो जाएगा मेरे हिसाब से बहरहाल आप नोट कर लीजिए बात चलें आगे बढ़ते हैं अच्छा जी ये पेशावर हाई कोर्ट का भी आईसीए में ऑर्डर हुआ है डब्ल्यूपी में हुआ है
In WP, my lord.
वो आईसी है ही नहीं है पेशावर में आईसी नहीं होती
Two judges here, the petition like in Sindh, my lord.
As a general rule, now this I'm asking a question, or court's order of a high court by a learned single judge in writ petition and another province's court order in a ICA, which takes priority?
My lord,
Have you understood the question?
yes, my lord, yes, my lord. Over there, at least at the ICA, a determination has.
Forget this case. I'm asking a question of law.
My lord, it's a DB order in both cases.
Yes.
So they stand more or less on the same plane.
Yes.
Generally.
You won't add the one judge to the two judges and say there are three judges now.
No, my lord, because the order is that of a division bench in both
Okay,
cases.
it's interesting question.
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever considered something like this before?
Not this honorable court, no, my lord. This has arisen, the issue has arisen
No,
sometime.
ये इसको छोड़ें, general question of law पे पूछ रहे हैं.
General question-
One DB decides a matter and one ICA. ICA is an appellate forum.
Right.
Decides a matter. Both stand on equal footing if there are two judges naturally in both. So that was the question.
Yes, my lord.
Because I've never considered this question before.
My lord, I haven't come across a judgment where the issue has been considered.
जी, जी, continue.
My lord, I was taking your lordship through page 140, which your lordship had taken a look at, and the election of office bearers, your lordship had taken a look at 141, 142. Then we, my lord, proceeded to page 192, where your lordship was dealing with the Federal Election Commission. And election commission shall be comprised following: Federal Election Commission,
वो हमने पढ़ लिए 4 सूबों के
जी।
और 2 दूसरी टेरिटरीज के.
and
सेक्शंस की वायलेशंस हो रही है.
Gee, and these are the ones which the election commission says. What is the position of the election commission? They say that there was a duly elected commission. That was, at that time, the federal election commissioner was Mr. Jamal Akbar Ansari. Now, thereafter, we have been told that this is the current gentleman is the chairman, who is also the respondent number 2, is the chief election commissioner of the party. Insofar as we are concerned, we have not been informed of how he has come about. I showed to your lordship that he has been appointed as a result of an order passed, which is on your lordship's files, which your lordship just saw, by Mr. Umar Ayyub. The election commission says this is not the correct procedure for appointing someone, because that is dealt with.
Has Jamal Ansari left the party?
My lord, the election commission says in the order which was impugned before the Peshawar High Court and which is before your lordship, that the election commission was not informed how this change has taken place.
As a matter of fact, do you know or no?
As a matter of fact, we don't, my lord. My instructions are that we don't know.
I'm thinking of another thing. PTI's position, earlier position, was that the elections that we held in June of 2022 were in accordance with our constitution. Some people got elected, I don't know, I presume, and those people, now they've said, election commission says, no, this is not proper election. They say, okay, we go and hold another election. What happens to those people? Were they heard? Because वो भी तो उनकी भी तो vested right हो जाएगी ना, unless they are the same group of people, the same identical people who again got elected. Because if they are maintaining that are they conceding that the elections of June was not in accordance with law, or are they sticking with the story, or saying, okay, fine, we set aside these elections, has the political party set aside its own elections and said we'll hold it again? Otherwise, वो लोग कल को वो petition file कर देंगे, जी मैं तो elected हूँ, ये कैसे आ गए हमारी जगह? मतलब इस पे कोई बात हुई या नहीं हुई?
Before the election commission, they took the position that since you have pointed out all these defects, in order to cut the controversy short, we will recall those elections and hold elections afresh. That's how the second election came about.
वो वाले भी आने पोस्ट थे?
Those were, yes, my lord, and copy.
आपको जो 10 की कागज नहीं
They were, the instructions are, they were unopposed.
तो आपका इनसे बहुत पुराना झगड़ा चल रहा है इलेक्शन पे.
Sir, this was going on since the time when this particular party was the party in administration. The first reminder issued to them to hold elections because the period has expired was issued on 24th May 2021.
24th May.
May 2021.
फिर आपने कहा कि चलो आपको एक एक्सटेंशन टाइम दे देता हूँ.
Sir,
we are being benevolent.
They sought an extension on the ground that due to COVID,
क्या की हुकूमत कब तक थी?
sir, their government continued till 10th of April 2022.
अच्छा, तो ये उस जमाने में ये हुकूमत में थे,
Yes, sir.
तो वे इलेक्शन क्यों नहीं कराए?
Sir, they said we were unable to hold the elections on account of the pandemic, COVID-19, and therefore the election commission gave them a 1-year extension to hold the elections. Your lordship will see,
जब वो हुकूमत में थे तो आपने उनको रिलीफ दे दी.
my lord, we gave them a show cause notice while they were in.
शोकॉज नोटिस के बाद में कहा चलो भाई एक साल बात कर लो.
Yes, my lord. But while they were still in government, on 24th of August 2021, we wrote to them and said that you were granted a 1-year extension and now the due date is coming and hold elections. Then we sent them a reminder on
ये
7th.
जरा बताइए ये जो आप रेफर कर रहे हैं कहाँ है?
My lord, yes. The first letter your lordship will see is 24th of May 2021, which is at page 391 of your lordship's paper.
Just for disclosure,
My lord,
Mr. Makhdoom Ali Khan,
my lord.
we reached out to the Lahore High Court to find out the status of WP 332 of 23 and the other matter, and both are pending adjudication
Yes,
before a 5-member bench.
Yes, my lord.
This is just now got it.
The order that your lordship last saw, they were adjourned to 12th of January, which is
नहीं, ये
today.
तो आज स्टेटस हमने कहा, हो सकता है कभी डिसमिस हो गया हो, कुछ हो गया हो ना, नॉन प्रोसिक्यूशन या कुछ.
तो आज तो this,
Now please take us to the letter of 24th of May.
my lord, that is at page 391. I am directed to refer to the correspondence resting on the subject. Attention,
एक सेकेंड. 3
my lord, page 391.
आप जरा पार्ट भी बता दिया करें.
Sir, I'm sorry, part 2,
हाँ 391 में 391
page, part 2.
जी.
I am directed to refer to the correspondence resting on the subject. Attention is drawn towards sections 208, 209, and 215 of the Elections Act 2017, read with Rule 158 of the Election Rules 2017. Thereof, whereby a political party is to conduct intra-party elections in accordance with its constitution, a mandatory requirement under the law to sustain, retain the already allotted election symbols, and to contravene with prescribed legal provisions, a political party shall be issued show cause notice by the Election Commission, and election symbol whereof shall be withdrawn, enabling the party ineligible to obtain an election symbol for the elections to come. Foregoing in view, it is advised that intra-party elections of your political party may be conducted timely in a manner provided in party's constitution to avoid being declared ineligible as given in law. If your lordship graciously turns
नहीं,
the...
but इसमें तो इससे भी पहले चल रहा था. Says I'm direct to refer to the correspondence resting on the subject.
Yes,
So,
so there was some earlier correspondence.
and till when was this political party in government?
So this party was in government till 10th of April 2022.
10th of April. So this letter was written while they were in government.
Yes, my lord. And this,
So the allegation that you were somehow under pressure, are you making that point here?
my lord, no, we are pointing out just to your lordship the
In the
history.
behest of the caretaker government, you're doing this?
No. My lord, all that the ECP is saying before your lordship is that this is a matter, this is a background to how the first,
जवाब किधर दिया उन्होंने?
my lord, we didn't get satisfaction to this, so we issued a show cause notice, which is at
जवाब ही नहीं दिया इन्होंने ये.
page 392.
नहीं, जवाब तो दिया हुआ है ना उन्होंने.
My lord,
टाइम
yes,
मांगा
they
कोविड की
gave,
वजह से.
they wrote
कोविड
that.
2019 में था ना?
जी सर, if your lordship will, नहीं ये 2021 का सर लेटर है.
नहीं मगर कोविड तो कोविड-19 कहते हैं ना, 2019 का है ना? जी.
मालूम,
चले 19-20 निकल गया तो 21 में आप मांग रहे
जी सर,
election.
and then they give a reply.
वो किधर है?
My lord, that is at page 393.
393.
3.
ये जरा पढ़ लें
जी सर।
इसका रेलेवेंट पोर्शन पढ़ लें जो भी पूरा पढ़ना चाहें।
That with regard to the paragraph 2, that with regard to the concern raised by ECP in the instant show cause regarding failure of PTI, provision of certificate pertaining to conduct of intra-party elections due on 13th June 2021, it is submitted without prejudice that due to
तो ये
COVID-19,
मान रहे हैं कि ड्यू हैं।
G sir, and they were due as of 13th June according to them, that due to COVID-19, all activities where public gather are restricted. It is due to this reason that holding of various events of the party, including intra-party elections, were affected and many activities could not be carried out as per schedule. If your lordship may graciously turn the page, last paragraph, in light of above, you are therefore requested to withdraw show cause notice and a time period of 1 year subject to permission to hold large public gatherings by NCOC, and government may be granted to PTI for holding of intra-party election in the interest of justice, please. Then, my lord,
ये 1 year कब होगा एक खत्म?
sir, we give them time, and there's the next letter on 24th August 2021. Next letter, my lord, at page 395. Paragraph 2. As per record, the last intra-party elections of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf were conducted on 13 June, and the tenure was fixed 4 years as per Party Constitution 2018.
4 years था या 3 years था?
Sir, according to the current constitution, it is 3 years. They are mentioning 4 years as per the constitution of 2018. This is the 2019 constitution which your lordship have before you. Later on, amended constitution submitted in the year 2019, and according to its sunset clause 4.1, the party has to conduct the intra-party election within 18 months of the adoption of the constitution of the party, and as such the target date was 1st November 2020. However, the Honorable Election Commission has accepted your request and advised to conduct intra-party elections of the chairman and other office bearers well before 13 June 2022. And then, my lord,
You are overtly generous.
we give them a 1 year.
You were overtly generous because they were in government.
My lord,
I mean, they are themselves accepting that 1st November 2020 is the target date, and you said, "Chalo, 2 saal le lo."
sir, because of the COVID-19 restrictions, because they had pleaded in the previous letter, asked for 1 year, that is why the election commission gave. There is no other
बाकी
explanation.
पार्टी से आप भी generous थे आप या नहीं?
Sir,
दो चार पार्टी और भी थी जिन्होंने कोविड की वजह से एक्सटेंशन मांगी थी, and they were granted the extension.
that's correct, your
अच्छा,
ladyship.
तो अब इन्होंने आपने दी 13 जून को।
जी, sir, फिर sir,
आपने फिर इन्होंने इलेक्शन कब किए फिर?
sir, the elections were
That's
then
June.
held on 13th June.
इन्होंने 10 जून को किए।
जी, sir.
जो आपने कहा कि सही नहीं है।
जी, sir.
अच्छा।
And that was also held after we gave them a reminder letter.
वो आपने क्यों कहा था कि सही नहीं है 10 जून वाले इलेक्शन? बुनियादी बातें।
They were, because the elections were to be held in accordance with the constitution.
नहीं, बुनियादी बातें
And
बताइए।
there were certain violations of the constitutional provisions of the PTI
आपको पता है points या नहीं
itself. My lord, this was the ground urged over there, that several provisions of the PTI constitution were violated, that several of the persons were not appointed correctly, and that is why that order was issued. That impugned order is before your lordship. It is at page.
नहीं, देखिए मखदूम साहब, एक सवाल उठता है जो हमारे जहन में भी है। हम जो जहन में होता है मैं कह देता हूँ, कभी कभी लोग पसंद नहीं करते हैं। हम ये देखना चाह रहे थे कि आपका इनके साथ रवैया जो है अब वो क्या सख्त हो गया है, सख्त कोई और लफ्ज नहीं इस्तेमाल करेंगे, सख्त हो गया है, क्योंकि शायद कोई वजह से, या फिर आपका यही रवैया रहा है इनके साथ हमेशा से। तो ये खतूत से तो एक चीज तो जाहिर होती है कि आप इनसे कह रहे हैं इलेक्शन कराओ, और आपने और ये मैंने मान भी लिया कि हाँ बात तो सही है आपकी, हमने इलेक्शन नहीं कराए। इन्हें वजह दी कि हमें 1 साल दे दो, आपने कहा चलो ले लो साल। आपने नहीं कहा कि 3 महीने ले लो, 6 महीने ले लो। भाई आपको क्या पता था कि कोविड 1 साल और चलेगा या नहीं चलेगा? बहरहाल आपने बहुत जेनरोसिटी का जाहिर की, तो एक साल आपने इनको दे दिया, फिर उन्होंने इलेक्शन किया, मगर आप कह रहे हैं फिर वो भी इलेक्शन सही नहीं हुआ। ठीक है, तो ठीक है, बस ये हम देखना चाह रहे थे कि ये आपका एटीट्यूड कैसा है, कि अभी बदला है या पुराना है, क्योंकि उस वक्त एक अहम बात जो सामने आई है वो ये, उस वक्त ये सरकारी पार्टी थे,
My lord,
अब शायद नहीं है सरकारी
My
पार्टी,
lord.
तो उस वक्त आप इनको अकोमोडेट कर दिया, बहुत ज्यादा कर दिया एक साल का, मगर फिर भी रिकमेंडेट किया, मगर आपने इशू रेज किया हुआ है इलेक्शन का जब से इनकी सरकार थी।
My lord, yes.
Chief.
And the other thing, my lord, that we, at the very time, in the first letter which I read out before your lordship of 24th of May 2021, at page 391, part 2, we had said that the consequence of not holding this
हाँ, ये
election.
बात भी आप कर चुके हैं।
इनको उस वक्त जब ये पार्टी इन पावर थे, इनको कहा कि आपका सिंबल वापस ले लिया जाएगा अगर आप इससे कंप्लाई नहीं करते। दिस इज द कॉन्सिक्वेंस।
उन्होंने इस बात की मुखालिफत नहीं की
दे
कि आपके पास ये हक है ही नहीं।
नहीं, दैट जुरिस्डिक्शन दे डिड नॉट कॉन्टेस्ट।
उन्होंने कहा ठीक है, आपकी बात सही है, इलेक्शन नहीं किया, अब एक साल दे दीजिए, हम कर देंगे।
जी।
ठीक, समझ गए, आगे बढ़िए, कोई और पॉइंट?
The next point is that when the elections were held, first time round, we passed an order. They challenged that order, as your lordship saw.
तो हो गया सारा।
जी, वो सारी बात हो गई।
Don't repeat yourself.
Yes, they passed that order. Then they appeared before the election commission. They resigned from that position and they said we'll hold another election. Now and that time, then they have thereafter proceeded to hold the second election. As a result of the second election, the election commission has raised certain objections and passed the order. What is the crux of that order? The second order which was impugned before the Peshawar High Court.
एक आपने बात की कि आपने जो अपने आइन में जो लिखा हुआ है, जो 7 मेंबरान का बोर्ड वो आपने बनाया इन इलेक्शन करने
My
की।
lord, yes.
दूसरी बात आपने कहा है कि एक अजीब बात है कि पूरे पाकिस्तान में सभी अनअपोज्ड आ गए। तीसरी बात आपने कहा कि आपने ये तो बताया नहीं अपने मेंबरान को इलेक्शन हो कहाँ रहा है, नॉमिनेशन पेपर कहाँ है, कितने नॉमिनेशन फाइल हुए, मतलब कितने लोग मौजूद थे, तो ये आपकी बातें, इसके अलावा जो बातें वो बताइए।
जी सर, हमने इनको ये कहा कि आपके
Repeat ना करें।
No, my lord. We said that according to your constitution, you could co-opt if there was a vacancy in the membership of the commission. But if the chairman ceases to be, the chairman has to be elected in terms of your own constitution, and the present chairman of the Federal Election Commission of the PTI is not an elected person. He has been appointed by Mr. Umar Ayyub. You claim
ये कहाँ लिखा है?
My
आइन
lord,
में इनके कहाँ लिखा है?
in the impugned order, in the order.
ऑर्डर में नहीं, इनके आइन में पहले दिखाए ना शेख,
Ain.
फिर इम्प्यून ऑर्डर पे जाइए, या आपके कानून की बात कर रहे हैं, इलेक्शन एक्ट की?
No, my lord, I am showing your lordship from their constitution, which is at page 124, and if your lordship graciously proceeds to page Federal Election Commission, Secondary, you again taken my paper. My lord, at file 1, page 192. Yeah, one.
ये मेरी नौकरी है। आपको क्या चाहिए? वो आपकी थी।
Sir, your lordship will see functions. And the election commission marked the provision.